Hello and welcome to Captain's Log. I am Captain Blue Rogue. Yeah, this is my co-host Log, and because Log is a non-living inanimate object, I have Log's interpreter Frog here. Frog has been holding down the fort. In my absence, I've been out on a well, I was what's the term for it? Grounded, I guess. I don't know the sea or no, I guess air pirates, air terminology. But yeah, I was grounded. Mm, I broke my toe the day before Thanksgiving, so there wasn't gonna be a live show that week anyway. And yeah, so here I am, a month and a half later. When was my last? I think my next scheduled one was like December 1st. Because yeah, it was after we came back from Thanksgiving. It was gonna be December 1st, and that didn't happen. I was like, well, maybe I'll and that. Yeah, no. And last week, my wife Cake was working, so I decided not to do it, and I hadn't even started streaming yet. Not streaming again yet, so I focused on streaming on Sunday and then getting back in the groove this week. And okay, so Thanksgiving. Actually, let's just open the show and then I'll go into the spiel since that is what the show is going to be. So. Yep, the orange key no longer closes all the way. Which is why I bought so many more of these. But I guess now's a good time, since I've been such a Bluey fan. Not only did I invest in a tin whistle, which is a whole octave lower and doesn't have enough notes, so I can't even play fairies or message from the fairies. Here, let's see if I can play my theme song on the melodica. I don't like it as much. I don't. I When I made my theme song, I was going for very much. Oh, well, that might have been part of it. That's Oh, that's what it is. It's just, oh, the springs are made of plastic. Plastic springs. Dude, you could like 3D print such a better one than this. Oh my gosh. That's beside the point. Um, I like this, and I have extras. And the whole point is to use them and eventually actually record the theme song so that I don't have to play it every time. Maybe actually get that out of the way. Anyway, so let's start with. Now that I'm done with the instruments. This week, or I bet you're wondering how I got here. Being so far removed. Okay, so long overview. We started off. We had everything packed. The car was packed. I worked the Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. I had the long weekend, just like I have right now. That's I know it's been a month and a half. So I all I had to do was get home from work. Got home from work just after 4. Beautiful. All I had to do was change and like had everything loaded in the car. Just change, get the last of the stuff in the car, and leave. I'm rushing around, changing clothes as I'm doing all the other things I need to get done. Not wearing shoes yet. You can't see it now. I mean, you can maybe see it back there. But in my ship here, in the office of me ship, I have this lovely foam towel. And underneath is a tarp because we have to protect the carpeting from Maddie, who pees on carpeting. We'll replace the carpeting in this room eventually, but we still have cats and chinchillas. There's not a reason to yet. So I'm trying not to trip over Cupcake. I'm entering this room, being mindful of where he's at. He's in the kitchen. I'm trying not to knock him over. I step in his room, and my left pinky toe catches the dumbbells that I have next to the deep freezer off to the side, but I just caught it enough that I went down and my pinky toe was bent sideways, like, yeah. So, I knew it was broken pretty much right away. And Cupcake followed behind me and sort of sympathy fell, and I'm trying to lift myself up, and he's falling behind me, and I don't realize it. I'm like lifting myself up, and his hand is like right there, and I'm like, ah! Like, when did you get there? I just fell down, trying to avoid you. So broke my toe day before Thanksgiving. Before I need to get into the car for an 8-hour car ride. Well, 8 plus, depending on. So, needless to say, we take a little bit longer to leave the house as I am moving slower. This is the thing that sucks. Alright, okay. I'm gonna get to the thing that sucks later. We get in the car and I'm like, okay, what do I have to, so I know it's broken pinky toe. There's almost nothing they can do. Like it's literally just buddy it up with the other toes, so that it's straight and heels straight, and so we're driving. I'm like thinking, okay, what do I got on hand? Twine in my passenger door for whatever reason. Perfect. Okay. I don't remember why we had twine, but it was for something. Um, that, and I broke the back off of plasticware, plastic fork. So I like made a little makeshift splint and wore that, and of course, as predicted, no urgent care is open on Thanksgiving Day. Friday we go to urgent care. Go to one that has an X-ray tech. Well, Kate makes an appointment for one, but goes to the wrong one. But it's fine. But they don't have an X-ray tech. They have X-ray, but not a tech in that day. Common problem. I've had it happen before. But in urgent care up in the city that we were gonna visit one of my brothers for lunch, they have an X-ray tech, but it's a newer X-ray tech. Whatever. So they were trying to make sure that their tech could get into the system and stuff, and the doctor looks at my foot and they give me a boot, which ends up, even after insurance, $300 freaking boot. It still cost me $65 out of pocket. What the heck? But it did protect the heck out of my foot. I was happy to get something smaller off Amazon at the same time, because helped me keep my ankle motion. I basically spent like a week and a half, 2 weeks in the big boot, and then after seeing a podiatrist once I got back, which follow-up work situation, oh my gosh. Oh, the messed up part was there's no urgent care open on Thanksgiving. It's the messed up part I mentioned before. Anyway, we get back. I let my supervisors know like right away. Like, hey, well, I didn't let them know on Thanksgiving. I let them know the day after. But still, broke a pinky toe. Urgent care gave me a note. I'm out. Until 6th. At which point I see I will have seen a doctor on the 5th, which I made that appointment on Monday the 2nd. So glad they were able to get me in. But yeah, so see the doctor, and my boss, Monday morning was like, let me know when you got your follow up. I'll give you the paperwork taken. Thursday rolls around, the day of my appointment. Going to work to get paperwork. It's not ready. Okay. And luckily, I was smart enough to go I didn't advance enough of my appointment in case something was amiss. things were amiss. So, so I started blasting. We, I had the paperwork. Take it to my doctor. The doctor fills it out. Doctor's office faxes it. And I know that the doctor's office faxed it the same day because I found out in an email chain later on. But the very next morning, they had sent my supervisor and safety HR people. It's the health, the higher up health person who handles employees coming back to work and whatnot. They had emailed him the morning of the 6th. Email was flagged as urgent, saying, "Hey, you gave the carrier the wrong, you gave this guy the wrong paperwork. He needs to have it fixed." And this part wasn't filled out at all. Like the reason for illness isn't filled out. Like, so I had left the doctor. Like, the doctor told me the days that he was putting on the paper when I was returning to work light duty, when I was coming back full time. Like, all this stuff. He's like, I'll fill out the restrictions for light duty and fax that in later, and he did. But yeah, it was a week. The 13th, my supervisor messages me and is like, "Hey, we have another form you have to take to your doctor. You were given the wrong one. Do it. Take it to the doctor's office. Drop it off. Come back the next week. I show up to work. My return to work for light duty day, Wednesday, 18th. They hadn't got my stuff. Doctor's office hadn't passed. It's like, okay. Find out from the doctor's office. Oh yeah, that because it's a, you know, it's a practice and it's located in several different cities and orthopedics. And I went with this place because same orthopedics practice where I go for my knee stuff. Yeah, he's only in on Thursdays. So he hadn't even been in to see it yet. So yeah. So Thursday the 19th I go in with the right paperwork. Or go in and or no. Thursday 19th they fax it. I get a call, message from my boss. The emails. He says me the chain of emails saying what's missing. So I go in immediately because it's like Thursday, and it's next week is the day after Christmas, so the doctor won't be in. I'm immediately going to take care of it. Well, that's good. I find out afterwards, it's like the restrictions on the paperwork for light duty. The my most senior, the guy who runs my office is yeah, that means you can't do anything. So like, because he did the paperwork wrong from the start. I was forced to use extra 2 weeks of vacation time. Luckily, I'm part of the union, and that grievance is getting done. I kept evidence. I screenshot things. I forwarded that email chain. Like, I was 100% the postman. The man, I am bad at this. 100% the guy in charge's fault. That's all I'm gonna say. So, lovely, 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 lovely. But I'm not fully healed. It still feels weird to move around. It's like another 4 weeks of the tendons and ligaments like getting fully used to how they move again and being moved again, because obviously when the bone's healing, your goal is not to use the tendons and muscles and pull on it. Hey, don't do this. And then once it's healed, then you have to do this. It's gonna feel weird. Love it. Not really though. So yeah, I've been back to work. Sort of a week. I mean, I've got a long weekend right now, so. And I had an accident on Monday because we got some snow. Not great. So I need to be taught how to drive again. Like, the officer said I wasn't at fault. Like, but the snow was so bad, so slippery that like my foot was completely on the brake, and I was accelerating down a hill. There was nothing I could do. So work is an up in the air mystery as I go in each day right now. So I have to find stuff that I can do. Love it. So yeah, that now you may be asking yourself, well, Captain Blue Rogue, if your toe was broken, what were you doing with all this free time? I was playing Final Fantasy 14, and we had my mom out for Christmas. She came out the 17th, and shipped her back on the 31st, and it was very emotional. Many tears were had. Cupcake absolutely loved having her here. And she did a great job just interacting with him and finding fun activities to do together that I wouldn't have even thought to do. Construction paper and stickers and making Christmas trees to hang on the fridge, or display in places. She brought foam, and only thing she asked for was scissors and Elmer's glue, and they cut out foam and made little foam snowmen, magnets to put on the fridge. Like, having my mom here was awesome. And it's weird because you leave home and you're like, I could never live with my parents again. But it's like, especially once you have kids, it's like, I want you involved. I miss you. Like, so. Hey, monitor, you want to go down? There you go. Now you're roughly the same height as the other ones. Sort of. It feels like I have something. It's weird. Things up between my teeth and my gums. So yeah, having Nana here. That was great. A lot of help. And honestly, like, if she seriously wants to, if she seriously gets her house cleaned up and sells it and doesn't have a place to go, like, that would be having her come out here more often would be a huge help with childcare and huge help in consideration if we wanted to have a second child. Which is awful that we're in. I'm not doing my whole thing this week. I'll try to get back into the swing of that next week. Like, my whiteboard has had the same stuff on it for 6 weeks. I need to actually clean it, slash start over. I don't know which will be easier. But yeah, it's a sad state in this country where, like, you have to consider bringing in an elderly parent to help take care of your young child as a millennial because you had to wait to have kids because the world was so crap. And now you're at that age where if you don't have kids, you won't be able to. But also, the world's still crap and getting crappier. So you find yourself in that position of, I'd like to have more kids, but childcare is too expensive. I don't have reliable childcare family situation at the moment. And yeah, it's rough. The world is a rough place, and yeah, I really. Sorry, it's Final Fantasy Adventures time. Because why not? It's my live show, and if I want to check my retainers, position myself for Jumbo Cacpot, which is up in 26 minutes, then I will do just that. Aha, take that, you. One second. Why are you calling my old phone? It's only calling my old phone. I know, but still, like, it's. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Great. So I'm over here doing my live show, and Cake and I have upgraded from the iPhone 13 mini to the iPhone 16. which is, it seems so much bigger, but now it just makes the old one seem so small. But anyway, I haven't done everything in the new one, and I have to wipe this one tonight or tomorrow so we can get sent back in ASAP. But it just starts buzzing, and it's the Amazon Alexa app, but it's Cupcake. And it's like, wait, what? So I had to like go double check, because I know that's one of the things we wanted to do was set up video chatting, video calling with his Amazon Fire Kids tablet, which is one of the few things that I will praise Amazon for. The Fire Kids tablet, like, it's pretty nifty. To be full honesty, our cat, we thought that Cupcake spilled something on his tablet like 2 weeks after we got it, and it turns out we think a cat just peed on it. Probably Maddie. Cause it just stopped working correctly at all. It's like, we just got this thing. Why is it? So yeah. Anyway, it was ringing on my old phone, not my new phone. Weird. Anyway, and part of the other phone thing was like, Cake was trying to get my pictures from my old phone because they're in iCloud, but like I'm trying to get all the pictures cleared out of iCloud so that I have that space back. So just lots of stuff going around and things. Oh, life is hard, man. Life is so hard. So yeah, game, and it was huge help, and Cupcake had a lot of fun. Oh, the tree finally came down yesterday, and then I put the ornaments in the ornament box today. Well, Cupcake was napping, and I still have to get that box up to the attic. But like my Final Fantasy Collector's Editions, I put back in the attic. It's like, okay, let's start to get some of the excess stuff that I don't need down here. Like Fina's box was still down here. It's like, okay, start clearing out the stuff that doesn't need to be down here because I just let things get to be a mess. Having the time off did give me a chance to do things like set up for Christmas and spend time with Cupcake every day, and it was awesome. Oh my god! Like, okay, well, the first week, Cake's parents came and helped out a little bit with him, so that was nice. Like having, while I was still relatively in a bit of pain and having more trouble getting around. That was definitely nice to have that relief there. But a lot of it has been Final Fantasy XIV. I've been really pushing to get my Amaro mount done. I have a spreadsheet that I started as I was, once I really started leveling characters, all the jobs up on my main character. I started a spreadsheet with like show the different gear I had gotten from tomestones, so like I knew what I had and what I didn't have, and like and the PvP sets for the Garo titles, because I wanted those mounts, and armor sets, but the mounts, and I still have to do the third mount, the non-frontline mount. I have to do crystalline conflict. Ugh. I'll get there. I just so yeah, to get the Amaro, I have to get what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, perfect. Oh man, that's lovely. So 16 jobs to 80, and I've gotten, I need 7 more. So I've gotten nine of those jobs or classes. Um, Basically 54 more levels. I've gotten to the point where my lowest level jobs are 71. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only got 6 jobs still at 71, and one of them is Sage, which doesn't count for the Amaro amount. So yeah, it's I'm getting there, and it's nice because I do things. I do tombstone stuff and get tombstones, and then buy poetic gear, and then as I get through certain armor classifications, like then I can get that gear out of my bags. So I've basically taken the cluster that was inventory, and that was part of my big thing for leveling up all the jobs sort of near simultaneously was I want to reduce my inventory clutter, practically eliminate it, and not have to worry about my armory chest being bloated in Final Fantasy 14 again. And that is how I handle it. And having the Amaro as a goal is huge plus. And especially now that I'm past all the allied societies that don't give great experience. Heaven's Word and A Realm Reborn is not even worth doing. I will do them as a completionist at some point. Maybe with Beastmaster. Maybe I'll just go through and do like all the. Maybe that's how I'll level Beastmaster and go through do all the old quests that I skipped through the various zones. And, yeah, try out stuff like that. We'll see. But it's like Monk, White Mage, Astrologian, Bard, Machinist, Dancer, and Black Mage. Monk is almost 76, White Mage is 76, and those other 5 are 71. That's good. Like I've got a spreadsheet, I've got formulas in it, and it's like okay, this is the total amount for the Amaro, and this is the what I've got remaining, and I've got a master one that has subtracts any levels I get over 100 for the required class for the required jobs. And I've got another one that is strictly the ones that I've got left to do. I just tweak the numbers of that one whenever I check off a new job, and then and the other one anytime I level up. Right now it's Gunbreaker is the only one above 80 that qualifies that I'm actively raising. Um, All the rest is just PvP and allied society and roulettes. Just trying to knock that stuff out, easy peasy, and that's a lot of what I've been playing. Actually, yeah, I will do this. Watching, playing, doing. I watching Bluey. Always watching Bluey. Absolutely love it. I need to watch the new Doctor Stone because the new season started, and yeah, I need to watch that. I started catching up on. I did catch up on Conan. Also, these things. Why I love it. These things. These Goats' caramel cream bullseyes. These have been one of my favorite childhood candies, and I found them at Dollar Tree before Christmas, and I have to say, like, it has been an absolute treat experiencing them again. Very nostalgic. My great grandparents would have them on hand so often. Love it. Cake loves caramel, but I don't know if she would like the cream. It's not the same, no. So I've been mostly trying to catch up on stuff. I think, funny enough, since Saturday they didn't have anything for me to do at work, I booted up Hello Kitty Adventure on my phone again. And then later on, was that Wednesday? Thursday, Saturday, Wednesday. The last day I worked, Wednesday. Today's Saturday. I find out later that day when it's coming to PC. Like, oh great. Can I just copy my? Can I bounce my save data back and forth? Because that'd be cool. Like, it's cool to just cast it to my TV or whatever and use a Switch controller. It would be great to not have to use my phone as the device I'm playing it on. It'd be nice to just boot up the save file and not have the extra steps, you know. But the audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the. I don't know why it keeps telling me this, because it shows that I've got plenty of bitrate. Stream, yeah, it's fine. It looks totally fine. Everything is fine. So yeah, that has been my month. So yeah, basically, the reason I got into the Final Fantasy talk was, basically being here gave me a chance to, like, before I was trying to just, you know, do my Allied Society quests and PvP every day and just do those, and that was fun, and especially just trying to get through the PvP season, which this season I wasn't thrilled with the rewards, but I'm already like level PvP level 28 for the series because I just have kept up the daily stuff to keep leveling. But I've also been able to do leveling roulettes and MSQ roulettes almost every day, and it's like I had to tell my mom when she was here. It's like, I normally don't play this much. Like, I'm only able to play this much because you are also here helping out. Like, and later on she said something that just about broke me. It's like, you know, I've given you a lot of, I've been on you a lot about the video games, but if your father showed half as much care toward you as you do toward him, him being cupcake. Like, she didn't even need to finish. Like, or maybe it was, I wish he had shown even half the, yeah, sadness. You get, it's just, and my my 36-year-old brain just regressed back to the age of like 5 or 6 or 7. I only lived in the upstairs bedroom in my parents' house for a few years before they shifted. They would just shuffle our rooms. I don't remember if there was a real good reason for it or not. Like, once my sister got older, it was, no, she was the only girl, but then that came with its own issues later on. But yeah, my brain went back to my just being that scared child, and my dad playing a game called shoe baseball, where he was angry, and it is because my room was a mess and I didn't clean it or wouldn't clean it or whatever, and he was just chucking my shoes at me. And one of the slats on my closet, he broke one of the slats on my closet door with a child shoe. It's like, that moment, just, it's one of those moments where you think to yourself, when I have kids, I'm gonna be better than that. And that's where my mind went in that moment. I straight up was like, you know, that's that's been my goal since he played shoe baseball with me. Because my mom remembers that. It's not a high bar that my dad left for me to surpass. He was a flawed man, and I miss him because he was my dad. But he also had a lot of problems. Um, I talk about how Cake's mom and the issues she presents, and a lot of there a lot of similar toxic traits. Um, but man, that moment really made me feel proud. Like, it's tough being a parent, but when one of your parents says that you're doing it right, that's, oh, when anyone tells you you're doing great. Oh, that baby raised episode Bluey, when Gogo's mom says to Chili, "You're doing great." It's just so, like, cupcake. I didn't. I don't expect you to watch all these videos, but this was a big Christmas for you. You loved it, and it took you 2 days to open all your gifts, and we didn't even see the last gift. We just as Final Fantasy picture book about Namazu, and Cake was in the living room, in the kitchen, doing dishes or whatever, and she just hears Cupcake say "big fight" from the living room, which is what he calls Final Fantasy 14. Just thought nothing of it. And I had missed the second to last gift. It was open while I was in the bathroom using, doing what you do in the bathroom. So the very last gift, he said "big fight." She thought nothing of it, and then it's like I walk in the living room and see that the last gift had been unwrapped. I'm like, "Were you here for this?" She's like, "No." He opened the last one. It's like, yeah. He saw it, he opened it, and he knew it was Final Fantasy. He said as much. He verbally acknowledged that he'd opened up a Final Fantasy present. But I got him retro gifts. Oh, gifts from when I was a kid. Waffle blocks. Little Tykes, the waffle blocks, and the waffle block Little People Barn. Snag those off of eBay. My mom was like, they're floating around. I see them now and then. It's like, well, so can build with those, and he plays with those, but he also Thanksgiving we picked up Little Tykes the mountain set. Oh, this Little Tykes mountain is awesome. It's got a train that goes around it, there's a road that goes through it, and it's got a boat ramp and a bunch of people, and it's missing a couple pieces. My mom found some, but and we've got the expressway road thing, which was missing one curve track piece to make a full circuit, and it's like, but yeah, it's fine. He's been having a blast playing with all of his toys, and we got trains from the children's thrift shop in town. We actually tried to get him the other bag. I went back to grab the other bag Cake said she saw yesterday. There were 2 bags, and she only grabbed one. It's already gone. But I did grab some other stuff for him. So, Cupcake, you've got trains. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why I love it. So these caramels, my great grandparents would have them, so it's just nostalgic. That's the why I love it for this week. Since I've lost all sense of structure in my live show in my absence. Weekly goals. Hey, wow, I did that. Hey, I'm back for the trip. That's, oh man, and this has been buried. So I need to clean this up and but I've definitely been doing a great job at the spending time with Cupcake bit. Oh no. No good. That came off of the marker. But yeah, spending time. Love doing it. Anyway, I am off. It has been a live show. It has been one of the weirdest 6 weeks. Like, my holiday season was unlike any and I've had holidays. There's what was it, 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021. Or maybe it was 2020. I think it was 20. It was 2020. I was off because I got sick right before Christmas, and it just knocked me on my butt. And of course, the procedure in 2020 was, if you're sick, assume it's COVID, even if you test negative. You can't come to work. So, yeah. Occasionally, something will happen. I'll get like holiday season or check a holiday off, and like sometimes, like right now, it's like, hey, there's gonna be a grievance, and I'm getting that some of that time back. Woohoo! Because it wasn't my fault. I tried to go back to work. I wanted to go back to work. Doctor's not saying I could go back to work, and it's like now I'm in a position now where I can't drive, and they have to find things for me to do. At least for 2 more days. Woo! Anyway, this was good. I've been hesitant to come back to the live show, and I was hesitant to come back to streaming and the live show, both because the broken toe and the holidays and having a visitor out here, all of that was compounding, and especially Cake also working some serious hours during the holidays, working on 2 different nutcrackers. Really, really, I just needed a break and get coming back. I knew it's like, okay, I can't just jump back into my normal like streaming. Yeah, I just picked the games back up where I left off, and explain things to my audience. But this is like, okay, no, this is more of a video diary journal. It's Captain's log, with the frog. Um, so I knew that this was going to need to just be coming in, not with the board, not having like looked at what I had done over the week or whatnot, just coming in and being like, hey, like, I was gone for a month. Like, clearly there's a gap in the videos on the channel. So what happened during that month? And it's like holidays, boom, boom, boom. Got Elden Ring. Can't play it because I have a toddler. Behind me, I have a lovely and you can't see it. It's behind. It's on the other. It's mounted on the outside of the ship, right here. But a lovely new 4K 50-inch TV that we got from like a Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal. That we need to mount higher in the living room than our current TV is mounted, and that will help energy efficiency. Like a lower electric bill, when I have to have the TV at an old heavy TV from 2008, won't have to have that sucking up a ton of power, and with the PlayStation running for Cupcake to watch stuff. Just like one smart TV, boom, pull up all the stuff on it. It's great. Just have to find the places on the wall and mount it where it needs to go. Fun times. But yeah, it's life is study. Kintara Aoi. No, it's been crazy, but things are getting back in their groove. The downstairs, which was a mess, is finally starting to. The floor's clean. I got through most of the clothes in the closet. Some stuff might have to go to the dry cleaner, but we're making progress on financial stuff, on housework stuff. Like I hand broke my foot. Like I would have tried to get more done downstairs. But but now with Christmas put away, once we get toys moved around and shuffled, I can actually start trying to get that spare room cleaned out. Get the stuff we're not using into the attic and have usable rooms in the entire house, and maybe be able to host members to help take care of Cupcake more. That would be lovely. It's I'm gonna say here because no one's watching. I mean, Kate and I would love to have another kid. We can't afford it. Like, no one's gonna give me $1 million. Jeff Bezos ain't gonna do it, and Mark Zuckerberg ain't gonna. Elon Musk ain't gonna save anyone. Trump's not gonna save anyone. No one's gonna help the struggling people, normal people in America. Like, you have people who want to grow their families but can't because it's not financially feasible. And the world's broken. At least here in the year 2025, it's still broken. Cupcake, hopefully by the time you're old enough to watch this, the world won't be so broken anymore. But we've got a ways before that happens. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and I'll catch you all next week. Stream Skies of Arcadia tomorrow evening. Let's go. Have a great time, and good night.